Now you are looking at the House floor where Democrats just rebuked President Trump with a vote that would overturn his, quote, national emergency declaration, using money and resources for something that many have said is simply, quote, not an emergency. Today, Senator McConnell actually dodged a question on this, suggesting that the Democrats may be on offense. Let's get right to it with Democratic Congressman Gregory Meeks from New York, a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and former U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Nicholas Burns. He is one of more than 50 officials who protested this declaration and whether it's valid. Thanks to both of you.
Good being with you.
Thank you. Congressman, what does this vote mean?
This vote means, as most of the American people know, that the president does not have an emergency. He's trying to pass on or get done a campaign promise. And so the members of Congress are saying that he cannot violate the Constitution of the United States of America and get around the individuals who have the power of the purse, and that's the members of the legislative branch of government. And so we're going to stand up for what we're supposed to be doing under the Constitution and not allow him to try to violate the Constitution to take care of a campaign promise.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.